Today, we're going to explore a critical aspect of athletic performance assessment, and that's the role of eccentric peak force in counter movement jump assessment, particularly when measuring using advanced technology like the VAUDS Performance ForceDex. So, understanding the counter movement jump. The CMJ is a fundamental test in sports science. It's used to evaluate an athlete's explosive lower body power. It involves a rapid downward movement followed by an immediate upward jump, engaging both eccentric and concentric muscle actions. The simplicity of the CMJ makes it a staple in performance testing, but its effectiveness hinges on the quality of the data that we collect as practitioners. So it's important to kind of know whether it's good or bad data. And eccentric peak force refers to the maximal force generated during the downward phase of the CMJ. This phase is crucial as it sets the stage for subsequent explosive upward action. By analyzing eccentric peak force, we can assess an athlete's neuromuscular readiness and intent during the test. A high eccentric peak force typically indicates a committed effort, while a lower value may suggest submaximal engagement. But there's some challenges to measuring this data. In the realm of data analysis, the principle of garbage in equals garbage out still holds true. If an input data is flawed, any conclusion drawn by unreliable data is invalid. In the context of the CMJ testing, if an athlete doesn't exert maximal effort, the resulting data won't accurately reflect their capabilities. This is where monitoring eccentric peak force becomes invaluable. It helps identify and exclude subpar trials, and that ensures integrity of the data set of what we collect. So how do we do this? Force plates, like those through VAUD Performance, provide precise measurements of ground reaction forces during the CMJ. These devices captured detailed force time data, allowing for the analysis of various performance metrics, including eccentric peak force. By leveraging this technology, we can obtain objective insights into an athlete's performance, moving beyond just subjective assessments. So we need to interpret what the standard deviation is. Consistency is key in performance testing. By tracking the standard deviation of an athlete's eccentric peak force across multiple trials, we can establish a baseline of expected variability. And significant deviations from this baseline may indicate a lack of effort or other anomalies, prompting a closer examination of the trial's validity. To maintain a high data quality, it's essential to establish criteria for accepting or rejecting a CMJ trial. For instance, setting thresholds for acceptable ranges of eccentric peak force based on an athlete's historical data can help filter out inconsistent efforts. This approach ensures that only valid, reliable data informs actual training decisions, right? Accurate assessment of eccentric peak force can inform individualized training interventions. For example, identifying deficiencies in eccentric strength may lead to targeted exercises aimed at improving this aspect and ultimately overall performance. Moreover, tracking changes over time can help monitor progress and adjust training loads accordingly. Analyzing eccentric peak force during a CMJ is a critical component of performance assessment. By ensuring that athletes exert maximal effort and by utilizing precise measurement tools, we can collect valid data that truly reflects their capabilities. And this information is invaluable for designing effective training programs and monitoring athletic development.